Hello, hi, good morning. Myself Justin. Today we will discuss about how to buy a good car in New Zealand. In New Zealand, cars are really important. It's a part and parcel of the New Zealanders' life. It is very important to have a reliable transport because the public transport may not reach everywhere and it won't serve all the purposes. So I will tell you in this video how to buy a good one and the things you can consider which can save you thousands of New Zealand dollars. The first and foremost important thing about buying the cars in New Zealand, you have to decide you are going to buy a new one or a second hand one. If you are going to buy a new one, you have plenty of options, like almost all of the international car manufacturers, they have got their showrooms here, and they will give you their guarantee, warranty, and everything for the good cars at a competitive prices. The topmost players like the Toyota, the Suzuki, the Kia, Hyundai, almost everyone, almost all of the international players, including the Tesla, Mitsubishi, you'll get everybody, Nissan, all the models, almost all the brands cars are available here. And if you are thinking about a second-hand cars, we have another options, lot more of option actually, about some other way which I can say, because we have plenty of the cars which are imported from Japan through the dealers, and you can buy it from the dealer. Otherwise you can buy it directly from the second hand market. That means you can buy it from the customer who is currently using the car. So two options are there. And before going and discussing about each of these, I would like to tell you something which can save you thousands of New Zealand dollars, some maybe up to 8,625 New Zealand dollars. That is nothing but the scheme by the government of New Zealand to promote the cleaner vehicles in New Zealand. That scheme is known as Clean Car Scheme, Clean Car Rebate. If you are buying a good car, that means environmentally friendly car, which is polluting less than the other cars, the government will give you some incentives, some subsidy, some payback. Like a electric car you are going to buy. If you are buying a brand new electric car which is never registered anywhere else, you are going to be the first New Zealand owner. The government and which the car is the total cost of the car is less than 80,000 New Zealand dollar. The government of New Zealand, they will reimburse you 8,625 New Zealand dollars. It's a big amount, 8,625 New Zealand dollars, just to make sure promote the cleaner environment in New Zealand. And in case you are not able to buy a newer car, newer electric car, but you really would like to do something in that, you wanted to buy a second hand which is imported from either from Japan, Singapore, or from UK, the second hand, that is the imported electric car, the government still pay you 3,450 if you are the first New Zealand owner for that car in New Zealand. That's again a big saving, 3450. It's not just only for electric cars, it's also applicable for the hybrid cars. If you are buying a hybrid, it's around 4,000 New Zealand dollar, brand new one in New Zealand. And if it is a second hand one, depends upon the cars, there it may be differences. Like the second hand one, you are the first owner in New Zealand. In that situation, government will pay you anything between 1,000 to 2,000, depends again on the car and the extent of emission that particular car produces. And it's not just limited there, even for the cleaner petrol cars, like low emitting, the petrol cars also are paid back by the government, like rewarded by the government. The government will pay up to 3,000 New Zealand dollars, depends upon the car. Most of the newer cars like 2023 low emission cars will get around 2,000 New Zealand dollar. For, like the owner, he will get it, the money in his bank account within 20 working days. That is the promise by the government. And of course, I also was benefited with this scheme. I bought an electric car and I also bought a hybrid car. I was benefited, and my fund came within within a week actually. Those are the very important thing you should know before buying a car in New Zealand. If you have planned to buy one, either the used one or a new one, think of this and plan accordingly. My first advice to you is that. And second one, decide what you wanted to buy, how much you are able to spend. Are you really going to opt a finance option? if you are able to pay outright, that is the best thing which I can say, because some of the dealers, they will sell you the finance also, but that's simple mathematics, like they are trying to earn some money from you. Even when they are selling the finance, they will charge you a lot for that. But if you have money, you pay it outright. And if you are coming from somewhere else, from the overseas, you don't have too much money, you don't have enough money to buy a new car, don't worry, buy an imported car, Japan imported car. They are not bad. Those are the cars which are used in Japan for some minimum years, depends upon the car. Like maybe some of them are coming to New Zealand in 3 year time, some of them 10 years old or even more than that. Based on your fund, you go to a dealer and they just make sure like you like the car suits all your purposes, all your likes, just go for it. And I personally think like buying a car from the dealer rather than in the private could be beneficial, because when you are buying a car from the car dealer, he will assure you few of the things. One of the thing is like he will assure you there is no money owing in this particular vehicle. Tomorrow nobody will repossess your car, no banks or maybe no finance people will come and take your car away from you, because the dealer already guaranteed you, and it is his responsibility, legal responsibility, to give a clear title for the car which he is selling. One. Second thing, the dealers will give you some minimum, I'm not telling you the years and years, at least 3 months to 6 months, the dealer warranty for the car. The dealer warranty means all the mechanical problems which comes within that period, it is the responsibility of the dealer to fix it free of cost for you. That is another thing. And the next thing with the dealer is like he is expected to give you a brand new WOF. WOF is nothing but it's known as a warrant of fitness. That is the yearly vehicle safety checks. Like it is a legal requirement when you are driving a car in New Zealand. It should be brought to the mechanical person, the person who is licensed to check your vehicle in every year if the car is registered after 2000. If the car is older than that, in every 6 months you need to take to the mechanic who is authorized to do that. They will check the WOF inspection and they will give you the rectifications. Like if there is any problem with the car, for example, there is some problem with the suspension, some problem with the brakes, the tires, the lights, the wipers, each and everything they will check about the safety of the car. They will check the rust and other things in the structural part of the car. If there is any complaint, they will ask you to replace or repair the particular part and bring it back to the inspection. And when they are satisfied, they will give you the warrant of fitness. That is a really good thing which can ensure the cars in the New Zealand roads are safe for everybody. So the dealer, when you are buying the car from the dealer is expected to give you a brand new WOF, which is not older than 28 days. That means a nearly new WOF only he will give. If it is a 2000 plus model car, like 11 months, it is worry free. It is good enough to that car will be good enough for you to serve all your purposes. But in between, it is also your responsibility. Even after there is a WOF, if something which happens to the car, like if you are driving a load, there could be the wear and tear with the tire, the brakes, or something else. It's your responsibility to rectify it then and there. But the private sellers, like if you are buying a second-hand, third-hand car, the private sellers may be giving you, or that may be a better option for you if you don't have too much money. The dealer might charge you for maybe some at least $500 or $1,000 more than a private seller he will ask you. But the problem with the private sellers, he is not coming under the Consumer Guarantees Act, and it is not his responsibility to ensure everything is correct for the car, but it is your buyer's responsibility. As the buyer, you should know very well about everything. You need to do the money owing check. You also need to do the car theft check, and you have to do the mechanical inspection if you are a mechanically minded person. If you are not a mechanically minded person, it's a good idea to get a professional mechanical inspection, like pre-purchase inspection for your car by someone like AA New Zealand. AA is Automobile Association New Zealand, or else maybe some of your nearby workshops. They may charge you something between $150 to $200 for doing the mechanical inspection of the car alone. And you can buy the cars like the first, maybe the Japan imported car, the brand new car, or else maybe the second or third or fourth hand car from some different platforms. One of the most commonest platform which is used in New Zealand is known as Trade Me, TRADEME, Trade Me. That is something which you can use for not only for the cars, even for the residences, the accommodations, and each and everything, like everything buy and sell. It's a good platform. Generally, like a few of the guarantees are given by the TradeMe, though everything is not covered. Some of the things are covered in that. If you are buying through TradeMe, some things are covered. But there is also some other platform like a Facebook Marketplace. Otherwise, you can also depends upon the advertisements which is in the newspapers. That is not very common. The Facebook Marketplace is common, but there is some disadvantages for that. Like we are not sure about the genuinity of the seller. Sometimes it is a stolen car. They may act as if they are the owner, then they will sell you. Tomorrow the police will come and seize the car. There is a problem with that. So you should make sure like everything is right. And even if it is in TradeMe, you try to read about the feedbacks of the particular seller, and do the Google review if you are buying from a dealer. So you will know like what sort of a dealer he is or she is, and what is the general public's opinion about his the business, or doing the business with him. So you can expect what if you have any problem, if you approach him, how he is going to solve your issues. And the second-hand car, some of them are imported to New Zealand as the damaged car, and the importer who is importing the car, they can do the compliances, they can do the necessary corrections in the compliances, maybe in the structural problem or something like that, and they can bring it back to the roadworthiness. If it is so, the problem again, like even if the car is safe in the road, when you sell the car, you may not get the exact value. That car is branded as the imported damaged car. So if you are going to buy a car, you should negotiate very well. Better you stay away from that. If you really wanted to go for that, negotiate very well. And if you really wanted to keep it for years and years, it might help your purposes. And it is also important to do the what I can say, the physical verification of the car before you are buying it, before you are signing the agreement. Go personally, check the car. If you are not able to go personally, send somebody, some of your friends or relatives. Otherwise, ask the dealer to give you, or the seller to give you a video, a Zoom, or maybe something like that, some sorts of assessments where you can see the car, and try to see the car in the good sunlight, so you will know exactly the problems. The color is very important, because the red colors and all, it is very common in New Zealand. It's good, bright, but it may fade, and the sun can damage the red color also easier than any other color. So think about the color and the facilities in the car. Everything suits you, go for the car. And try to negotiate with the seller. Some of the dealers, they may not be very happy for negotiations, but minimum things you can do. You can negotiate always with anybody, especially with the private seller. You should negotiate and try to get the best deal. And don't just think about the money when you are buying it. You also think about the mechanical condition, because that is something which it takes you all over New Zealand. And you buy a safe car, you check the uncapped safety rating of the car. If there is more stars, like 5-star car, that is more safe. If it is 1 star, it is less safe. 0 star, not safe at all. 2, 3, 4 stars, like is safer, more and more safer. Like check the uncapped safety rating of the car before buying it through the Right Car New Zealand website, and buy the right one for you. That means safe one. If there is not enough safety features on a head-to-head collision in a New Zealand roads where you travel 100 or more kilometers per hour, it is very tough for you to survive, for me to survive. So buy a good car which is good in color and all the facilities, and it is more than that, economical, environmental friendly, and the highest priority to be given for the safety of the car in New Zealand. Thank you. Buy the car with confidence. If you have any doubts, flick me a message, come in the comment section. I will reply you. Thank you.